Give me a second. We live almost everywhere. Now we live everywhere. YouTube, IG, Twitch. What's good? Day 27. 7. 2 plus 7, that's 9. 9 is the number of completion. Powerful number. Powerful number. We have, of course, the numbers go on and on and on, but the highest number, single digit number is 9. Powerful number. My wife did her thing last night. Did her thing last night. She's talking about this equity talk and how it's dwindling, the talk around equity as these other states is opening up. You see, the campaign was so strong in Massachusetts. We opening this up for Black and brown folks to stop the arrest, to stop the mass incarceration. But the numbers don't say that at all. The arrest actually, the disparity between arrests actually increased drastically. ACLU report came out, not Massachusetts ACLU. You got to watch out for Massachusetts. Massachusetts is heavily tainted white supremacy. You understand? The ACLU didn't even tweet the what ACLU?
The Massachusetts chapter of the ACLU.
Which one came out with the report? The national.
It was a national.
The national ACLU report came out about Black folks continuing to be arrested by cannabis. Now here it is. We legal in Massachusetts. The disparity of arrests increased in Massachusetts between Black and brown folks after legalization. The national ACLU report came out, and then Massachusetts ACLU didn't even retweet it. But then you see them doing something with Shailene, a social justice panel discussion with Shailene Title. These folks don't care about no damn equity. Shailene needed her. She go around co-oping Black people and Black groups, and they with it. We can't co-op us. And some real criminal shit happened in Massachusetts. Real criminal shit. Real criminal. Straight espionage. A corporate company who Shailene was working for, Vicente Sederberg and Forefront Ventures.
Those are two separate companies that she was tied to.
Yeah, two separate companies. Now here it is. For the last 2 years, they've been imagining that my wife and I had corporate connections. They've been lying, telling folks, oh, these people are corporate. These people have corporate connections. This is what they told when my wife came out with the Massachusetts Marijuana Social Equity Report. They went around saying she got corporate connections, imagining these corporate connections. Nobody ever produced no receipts. Now here it is. Shailene Title really got corporate connections. Really, Shailene Title really came from Colorado, gave out 700 licenses, and only one license went to a minority, went to a Black woman. That's it. Out of 700 licenses, one cannabis Black license.
Man.
Huh?
Black man.
Huh?
You said Black man.
No, Black woman.
Oh, you talking about Colorado?
Colorado.
Yes.
One license, and then she walking away from Colorado like her shit don't stink. Like that's equity. So the same people who opened up in Colorado, which was Vicente Sederberg, Forefront Ventures, and Shailene Title, came to Massachusetts with that same fuckery. And during our equity period, they gave our equity away and Massachusetts residents' licenses away to their corporate constituents. Hundreds of licenses went to their corporate constituents under equity. Now these is multi-millionaires, some of them billionaires, who got equity priority status, and nobody's saying nothing. Nobody said nothing except my wife and I. And these folks came and attacked. That's why I call them fake equity advocates. They fake. How could you not mention? How could you fail to mention or never mention the Colorado 6 Massachusetts heist, the cannabis takeover? How could you never mention the hundreds of licenses that went out under equity, but nobody in the equity program who was really in the program got the licenses? Hundreds of licenses went out. Non-Massachusetts residents. You understand? And Massachusetts residents is so racist, none of them wanted to partner with equity. You understand? None of them wanted to partner with equity. Here it is, Chris Crane. Is that white boy from Massachusetts that he incubated?
Yes.
Okay, I'm about to say because I thought he went to another state and came back. Whatever. Chris, the most cushiest equity incubator went to a white boy in the equity program, and MSO did it. Chris Crane. You understand? So this is the dude who wrote on our legislation, profited in the hundreds of millions off of our legislation, Him writing on the legislation, then with the profit on the legislation, then put his corporate girl on his Cannabis Control Commission. Put his corporate girl on the Cannabis Control Commission. She said she was for the social justice chair. She sat in the social justice seat. I spoke at the forum about the injustices, never got a call, never heard anything from anybody. I wrote a book about my experiences about the injustices because I didn't see anybody around talking about their experience with the war on drugs. But here it is. In Massachusetts, the poster child for the war on drugs is this white boy. And they just could not help but give him a full incubating program that we designed. We designed a program. Chris Crane copied our program, gave it to a white boy. Now Shailene Title, Chris Crane's girl, Chris Crane's corporate espionage girl, called our program, the same program that Chris Crane gave to the white boy, called it a handout when it was time for black folks to get it. And y'all black folks still fuck with her. Y'all love rhetoric. Y'all love rhetoric over action. You understand? Y'all black folks still fuck with Shailene. Massachusetts, y'all still fuck with Shailene? She gave away all your licenses. It don't really matter what she's trying to do now. They should be trying to do something now. You understand? But instead of Massachusetts residents getting with local equity people so they can get in, they was like, nah, I'm gonna wait. I literally sat in a meeting with this white dude talking about, he from Massachusetts talking about something. I'm going to get in. It's just a matter of time. But you know who's not going to get in? People with no money. Like he's sitting up here talking in an equity joint to people without the money to get in, but got this equity status. And he's like, yo, I'm going to wait. So the national consensus of Massachusetts residents with money was like, I'm not fucking with equity. I'm going to wait. I'm not fucking with these equity folks. I'm going to wait. Well, while y'all was waiting, rich Massachusetts folks, they came and took y'all industry. MSOs got equity status and came and took y'all industry. Took it away. The legislation is clear. It said the cannabis revenue is for the citizens of Massachusetts. So how everybody else get the revenue first? How everybody else get the revenue first? And then the only thing these fake equity advocates can talk about is fucking Rev Clinics. And these folks been operating and dispensing. And the dude from Rev Clinics is from Massachusetts. He from Massachusetts. So y'all doing a equity campaign in Cambridge talking about equity first, equity first, equity first. And y'all running down local first in Cambridge. And y'all running down on people who from Massachusetts. And y'all not saying nothing about cookies that's sitting their big fat asses in Massachusetts and in Cambridge right now. You see, so this is all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Fake equity advocates and the real ones get shitted on. The real ones get all types of lies told. I wish I had some corporate connections. I wish I had corporate connections for the last 2 years. They've been telling y'all my wife and I got corporate connections. But y'all don't care about no damn corporate connections. All you care about is a black skin. They watch everybody with black skin. They don't care what white folks do, in this equity space. What else you talked about last night?
Talked about the shift in Commissioner Flanagan leaving. We started to talk about that already. But lo and behold, she's joining the forces.
Here it is. A local Massachusetts person, another person who sold y'all out, Flanagan. Not everybody on the Cannabis Control Commission sold y'all out. The first Cannabis Control Commission, and most people can be exempt because Collins was running the show. Sean P. Collins was running the show. And nobody, it says in the legislation. So when me and my wife saw it, we wrote to these folks we see what y'all did. Under equity, you let all these folks, you gave all these rich, wealthy folks from out of town equity status. Hey, you know what? Put the charge on them to effectuate the equity. How about everybody in the equity program gets 100% ownership of their business through these through this wraparound program my wife created called POS program. How about everybody with equity status gets 100% ownership and they get introduced into the industry by these folks, by these hundreds of MSOs who came in and they got to come in. So it was going to be pretty much the top 100 earners was going to do it. And then Shailene Title called that a handout. What you call giving wealthy millionaires equity status? If these folks already got money, if you give them equity status, that's a handout. You gave these folks equity status and then got the nerve to talk about weed giving handouts. No, Cannabis Control Commission, the first Cannabis Control Commission, y'all giving handouts. Ooh, I got it. I got the fruit fly. Y'all eat a lot of fruit. The fruit, and then the weather's nice. You know, the fruit flies are coming out. You know, so whatever. So whenever we eat a lot of fruit, got a lot of fruit. We got about like 30 bananas over there. Freaking how many out? Like shoot, avocados. You know, we avocado and banana eating folks. But that's what's up, man. I feel energized. I feel good. Today's the number of completion. Anything else? What else we want to talk about? I don't do the show with my wife. This way y'all can make sure it's official. My queen is official. You know, she's powerful. Go check out her show if you haven't been checking out her show. I purposely, you know, not a part of it. You know, I think she's a powerful force. I know she's a powerful force in this industry, a gift to this industry. We're gonna see how it unveils, man. But you know, the equity talk is no longer being talked about.
Oh yeah, that's we haven't gotten to that on the show yet, but that's coming up just in terms of the shift on the national front, and how important it is for folks. If not, Black folks is going to be looking at this industry 10, 20 years and wondering why we're not in it.
You know what? I wouldn't have. When they opened up the cannabis, I was just like, all right, that's for white folks. I didn't have nothing to do with it. When we seen this, my wife saw that the equity was rolling out these equity programs, and she looked at it, and I'm reading the qualifications for the equity programs, and I'm like, this shit ain't even for me. So I didn't even fill it out. My wife filled it out. She filled it out and ended up getting equity status. Here it is. I've been arrested so many times. I can't even tell you how many times I've been arrested for cannabis, or pulled over, potential stops, which is war on drugs stops. You know what they're allowed to do. But I can't even remember how many times I've been arrested for cannabis and been involved in this. But here it is when they rolled out the equity program, a Black person reading it like, oh damn, I don't qualify. Meanwhile, white folks went in and got equity status. They qualified. Same thing with the social equity. You know, they're not putting out. Are they putting out the numbers of who's in the program still?
Nope, they haven't given us.
It's all a secret. You see, they plastered in the equity thing. They plastered our faces all over this thing. They pushed us all out there, and the social equity is all quiet. You don't know who's in the social equity program. It's mad white folks in the social equity program. White folks leading the social equity programs with animosity towards Black folks. You got white folks in the program with animosity towards Black folks. You know that. You know, I mean, this shit couldn't get no more realer. So, you know, you understand. My whole thing was they should have just opened up and said, hey, we want to give white folks cannabis. We want to make sure white folks can take cannabis legally, because ain't no way in hell legal cannabis is for Black folks if the arrest increase. Ain't no way in hell that you did this for Black folks because of the mass incarceration and arrest, but the arrest still ensue. You never did anything to stop the arrest. Y'all went straight to the bank. How can I get this cannabis revenue? That's all. That's all they care about. And it don't got nothing to do with Black folks getting money. It don't got nothing to do with stopping the war on drugs. So they should have left that lie up out of there. You understand? In fact, the arrest rate increased. The penalties are harsher because it's federal. It's a federal crime, and it's still a Schedule I drug. So they pursuing Black folks with that, man. You know, and that's just, it's a travesty that, you know, other Black folks, they sent other Black folks to come argue with us and attack us, and they did. MRCC sent their Black folks to come argue and attack us, and they did. Shailene sent her Black folks to come argue and attack us, and they did. Shailene sent Beckma. Beckma came in, was deflective. You understand me? We went to Beckma personally. He was like, yo, Beckma, come on. This cannabis revenue, they opening up this door for Black folks. All this revenue. Come on, Beckma. Let's go. At the time, we were members of Beckma. We ain't members of Beckma no more. We still get the little bullshit emails. He's like, yo, nah, we're not doing cannabis. Here it is. Shailene called they stinking asses. Beckma. Here come Beckma coming. Caping for Shailene, Shagoon. Giving a long ass speech about what he gonna do, and we coming and all this shit, and they ain't did shit in cannabis. Shailene needed some Black faces, and they called on their Black faces, just like Medman needed their Black faces, so they called on the NAACP. You understand me? You gatekeepers, this shit is new. You can't do us like the old civil rights activists. You can't do us like that. We got information technology now. It's the information technology era. What you say you're gonna do, you got to do it now. So time out sending Black folks, Black women, Black men, Spanish women, Spanish men, Indian women, Indian men to take black folks shit. It ain't gonna work. We too intelligent for that. So if you can put a black face in front of us and their rhetoric, their actions aren't matching their rhetoric, we're gonna call that shit out. You can't put Shailene Title in front of me and then I see what the criminal activity she done did. That shit is criminal. You can't do that in no other industry. I make that point all the time. This is not a federally regulated industry. So they just doing what the fuck they want to do. As long as the state is with it, it's fuck you to the local residents. It's fuck you to the local residents. Now let me get into my yoga. But that's what it is. That's what it is. You know, if
they move on.
And they move the fuck on. They in Texas, they in Chicago, they in Ohio, they everywhere. They move on. They moved on already. They're already Vicente Sederberg, Forefront Ventures, they're already in the next states. And we sitting here and we still being attacked. These advocates ain't mentioning them. You know, but that be that. We're gonna do a quiet meditation. That be that. We all amped up this morning. You understand? Yeah. Anything else?
No, for now, I think you can switch gears.
Switch gears. Oh, okay. Yeah, we got my little baby. Got a new addition to the family. I got one of my puppies here. I'm waiting on 2 more puppies. You know, I deal with strong, reputable breeders, so you gotta wait. You gotta wait. You understand? Till they come out with that recipe that you had asked for. It's not, these ain't puppy mills, this ain't McDonald's. You gotta wait. I've been waiting damn near 6 months for one breeder. Look like I'm gonna be waiting another 3 months possibly, and hopefully I can get my pups. But yeah, I got my Azili, my beautiful brindle, black brindle, reverse brindle, beautiful baby girl. She bad as hell. As soon as I got her, first couple hours, she chewing the furniture. She's a Pressure Canario, and I'm waiting on 2 Borbals. I got a badass Pressure Canary, my baby. She's a little over 2 months old, and maybe she'll be meditating with me if she can sit still. Spoiled to death already.
But it's 5:30. Lovely time to start.
Yeah, let's start the meditation. Quiet mind meditation. The theme today is don't take nothing personal. Don't take nothing personal. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. Folks is opportunists. Folks just trying to get ahead. White folks trying to get ahead. Everybody trying to get ahead. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. I don't take it personal that white folks is in the equity program. Anything is not against them. It's against the legislation who allowed them in. I don't have no personal issue with white folk. The white folks, if I was white, I'd probably run and try to get the opportunity too. But at the same time, I wouldn't be telling black folks they getting handouts in the program. I wouldn't be saying that shit. I'm a genuine person, man. So, I bring my genuineness wherever I go. And if something ain't working, it's because, 9 times out of 10, that other person is faulty. Like I'm genuine, so I don't come any false airs and shit. So, I don't know. People can come at you and do all types of shit. Don't take it personal. People not genuine. It's just because they're not genuine. If you genuine, you in your heart you genuine, and shit don't go right, it's because the folks that you dealing with, maybe they wasn't genuine. And don't take it personal, man. Do not take it personal. Everybody going through their own shit, with your parents. Don't take it personal. Like, with my father, not necessarily not being there. But then if I was to take it personal, I'd be like, oh, my father's died, all these negative things people want to say about their fathers or their mom. But if I look at my father's on his own walk and I look at his history, this dude was a Purple-Hearted soldier in Vietnam, became a cop, got shot. This dude was going through so much trauma. And you have to be able to put yourself in other people's shoes and not take shit personal, no matter how hurt you is behind whatever. But we doing a lot of talking today. I don't know. Yeah.
It's that number of completion.
The number of
You gotta
completion.
do your reflection.
And
on
the
what's
9 is
going on.
actually a spiritual number. It's the number of the shamans and the spiritual leaders and the spiritual people. You know, so maybe that's why I'm, you know, on my soapbox this morning.
Mhm.
But without further ado, let's get into this. Let's do what we came here to do. This nigga's stupid. Extra silly this morning. extra silly this morning, having a good time with it, man. You know, you understand. And that's it. I see y'all in the hour. Thank you guys for joining me as usual. Shout out to the Tauruses. It's Taurus, right?
Towards season, yeah.
Yeah, right. Who do we just finish? Because it's the Cuspian area, right? Or is it just
No, we're in the heart of Taurus season. We
Taurus?
just finished Aries.
Okay, Aries. Yeah, we just finished Aries. The reason why I'm shouting out Taurus is because Gemini is coming up next. I love Tauruses, man. I love the energy of Taurus, the earth sign energy. I'm an air sign energy. So the Gemini season's coming up. Me and my wife's season coming up. We both June born babies, 1980. She's a Cuspian.
80s baby.
80s baby. Shout out to all the 80s babies. If you was born in the 80s, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 6, 7, 8, 9. You were 80s baby, you know. And so shout out to all the 80s babies. We got the Gemini season coming up next. About to be litty. I don't know what we're gonna be doing because I've been fasting. We're gonna be still fasting. We're gonna still be doing our meditation. And becoming supernatural. So maybe that might be our birthday gift. We really reach the supernaturalness. Dr. Joe Dispenza. I hope you guys are looking at books, different books that you want to have in the next book club. I got some really dope books, references that I'm checking out. That's really dope. Was it Einstein?
Moonwalk with Einstein.
Moonwalk with Einstein. That's actually turned out to be a really powerful book. I've already started. I read a couple books at the same time. I'm not monogamous with my book reading. You know, I practice several. I read several different books at the same time. Is what I'm saying. But yo, man, dope meditation. Shout out to the Taurus Nation. Shout out to my Geminis out there. You know, what else? Had an awesome time, man. I appreciate you joining me as usual. Anything else? Anything I should talk about?
See you mañana. We'll catch up with them tomorrow.
See you mañana. One thing I don't talk about your Reiki systems. You know, I got to give you a little shine. So now y'all know I'm a real shaman. I'm a real spiritual person. You understand? Tell you about your Reiki systems. But you have these balls of energy. Just real quick, you have these balls of energy coming out from your glands, all of your glands, and you have to exercise some imagination. But after your science, when you read the sciences and you see these nerve endings that all come up here in these glands, they all emanate. It just makes sense that they would emanate energy. So here it is. So if we're dealing with this gland right here, traditionally they would tell you to go one way or the other. You know, you have to go like a vortex. It's actually a vortex. So it's actually going both ways at the same time. You know, so this is how you twerk your glands. You know, this is how you twerk that energy in front of you. And we're all connected. It's like a grid. You understand me? Your glands, the etheric connections, the subtle body energy connections that we all have, man. Super beautiful, super dope. But it'll help you, teach you how to control your environment, just by paying attention and realizing how we are literally all connected, you know, all connected, through vibration and energy. And we have to also remember not just the glands, but the entire body is just one big vortex. It's just one big ball of energy, focalized energy. You understand? Oh. That was my little tidbit, so y'all know I'm a real spiritual something. Spiritual something. I don't know. The titles change. And titles is just titles. But people want to call you titles behind energy and stuff, spiritual things, practices, and that's cool. But as long as you know that you are one more than a title. One title could never encompass who you are, and two, you know, yeah, you're more than your title. One and two. Oh, well, I appreciate you joining me, man. We had a good time. You know, good energy. Who's sparring out there? where the camps. Shout out to Lausanne. That's the last place I got to really spar and have a good ass time with. They showed me that. They show me mad love. Hold on, I just want to get this one drop because maybe somebody from Lausanne's might be listening. Yo, if y'all need some wrestling coaching at Lausanne's, you know, as long as I can come free, you know, I got 5 kids and everything, and dogs and stuff. I gotta take care of, man. But you know, I bring them a value to any team, to any asset. Lausanne showed me a lot of love. They let me spar, let me give it up and get it in Massachusetts. So if you're checking out your boy Lausanne, he was the Ultimate Fighter winner. You know, cool dude, cool as fuck, humble as fuck, badass gym, dope ass gym. All types of fighters there. They had the wrestling, they had all types of shit there. But if you want to invite me to your gym, man, please do. You know, Boston area, I'm South Shore, looking for a place to spar and give it up, looking for a dummy to throw around. Will you be that dummy? You understand? But that's it. I'm out for real now. Peace, y'all. Love y'all, man. Good energy to everybody. Shout out to my fighters, man. We got the biggest, strongest hearts on the planet. My warriors out there giving it up. Good energy, love, peace, and more hair grease. Peace. All right, I'm stopping it. Promise now. So I'm pressing finish. Out. And now. All right, peace. In this to win this.